Some people don't exactly lose friends. They just quietly stop trying to make any. Not because they suddenly dislike people, but because somewhere along the way, connection began to feel heavy. You stop replying. You stop pushing yourself to show up. You stop forcing interest in conversations that drain your energy. And slowly, without a dramatic ending, everything fades. Group chats go silent. Invitations disappear. Your phone becomes a list of names that once felt important. You convince yourself that you're okay, and maybe you are, because loneliness and peace can look surprisingly similar. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. It's not a sudden collapse. There's no big fight, no betrayal, just a gradual dimming, the way colors fade under too much sunlight. One day you notice you've become a background character in everyone else's life. And strangely, it doesn't bother you. There's a certain comfort in being unseen, in not having to justify your moods, your silence, your distance. You get to exist without performing. You get to breathe. You begin to treat your energy like currency. Every conversation feels like a transaction, and not everyone gives anything back. You've watched people smile at you one moment and gossip about you the next. You've seen friendships fall apart over nothing. You've felt the sting of giving more than you ever received, so you become careful, selective, distant, not cold, just tired. Tired of reaching out first, tired of trying to read mixed signals, tired of showing up for people who barely notice when you're gone. And eventually you realize, maybe peace comes not from having more people, but from expecting less. Being alone forces honesty. When the noise stops, you hear things you've been avoiding, your own thoughts, your own unmet needs. You start asking yourself what actually makes you calm, what drains you, what you believe when no one is influencing you. Solitude stops feeling like punishment and becomes a kind of classroom. Maybe being friendless isn't failure. Maybe it's the space where you finally meet yourself, but your distance didn't come from nowhere. You didn't wake up one morning and stop trusting. You learned it over dozens of quiet disappointments, a secret someone twisted, a friend who vanished when you needed them, a promise that fell apart the moment life got complicated. Those experiences teach you to protect yourself. So you build a world with boundaries, not walls, but lines that keep you safe. You call it independence, but sometimes it's fear disguised as strength. We're living in an age where everyone is connected, but far fewer people feel understood. Notifications, followers, messages, all creating the illusion of closeness. Everyone is talking, but almost no one is listening. Everyone sees you, yet somehow you feel invisible. So some people just step away. They stop sharing, stop performing, stop competing for attention. They choose depth over noise, reality over validation. And society labels them loners. But maybe they're simply free. Spending time alone teaches you things nothing else can. You stop relying on constant approval. You learn to comfort yourself. You realize that some of the loneliest moments happen in crowded rooms. You notice small things. The way sunlight touches your floor, the quiet before sleep, the steadiness of your own breath. Life becomes simple, calm, enough. And with that simplicity comes gratitude for surviving, for growing, for rediscovering yourself. Of course, there are nights when it hurts more. The silence feels heavier. You see others laughing together and a small voice whispers, "Maybe I'm missing something." But that longing doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. Even people who claim they don't need anyone still want to be understood. That quiet ache is proof your heart is alive. Over time, you learn an important truth. Not everyone surrounded by people feels connected, and not everyone alone feels lonely. There's a difference between isolation and peace, between avoiding people and outgrowing them. Being friendless isn't always a rejection of the world. Sometimes it's alignment with yourself. You stop forcing yourself into spaces that drain you, and you begin to attract the right people naturally, the ones who speak your quiet language. They find you not because you chase them, but because your peace becomes noticeable. So no, being without friends doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're transitioning. You're shedding old versions of yourself, releasing attachments that no longer match who you're becoming. Solitude becomes a place to rebuild what life once took from you. Yes, you may miss the laughter, the comfort, the sense of belonging, but maybe, for now, you're meant to belong to yourself. One day you'll look back and understand this season wasn't emptiness. It was a reset, a pause before a more honest chapter. You'll have friends again, but chosen from peace, not loneliness. And when that time comes, you'll finally understand that solitude isn't the absence of connection. It's the preparation for it.